In this video, I'd like to talk all about obsession. Now, some people think being obsessed with someone is really bad, right? When a couple is obsessed with each other, and girlfriends will tell each other, oh, you're obsessed with that guy, that's really bad, you're being dependent and all this sort of stuff. Is it that bad being obsessive about someone if they're obsessive about you too? Realistically, if two people are madly obsessed with each other, what's the difference between being madly obsessed with each other and being madly in love with each other? What's the difference? Both you want to spend all your time together. Both you're absolutely just so you're consumed by the thought of them all the time. You love them deeply. So what's really the problem? And who's getting hurt? Yeah, I hear a lot of these negative things all the time. Yeah. That person's dependent, being really dependent, and they're not being independent and all this sort of stuff. We're human beings. Yeah, we are human beings. Human beings are a pack animal. Okay, we're a pack animal. We like to be around other humans. Yeah. Take a jail, for example, right? Thousands of people, thousands of criminals in a jail, and surrounded by murderers and rapists and thieves and all sorts of things. And the worst thing you can do to a criminal while they're in jail is take them out of their area and put them into solitary confinement. If you're not a criminal and you're thinking to yourself, I'd rather be in solitary than be around all these murderers and rapists and thieves. If you're in a solitary confined cell, after a few days, you start to lose your mind. You start to go crazy, okay? The longer you're in there, the more insane you get. It is truly torture to the human brain. As a pack animal, we fall into negativity and depression extremely quickly the more out of social circles we are, regardless of how bad the social circle is. It could be full of criminals and full of like the worst people you can possibly think of. We'd rather be in that circle than by ourselves. That's humans, okay? So realistically, being a pack animal, it's, we're not loners. We truly aren't. So being obsessed with somebody, and you're both obsessed with each other, you both want to spend, time with each other all the time. What's the negative, really? And you hear sentences sometimes from teenagers who are madly in love with each other. And they'll say sentences like, they'd commit suicide if the other person ever left them, and they'd kill themselves and all this sort of stuff. I've heard that several times. You can consider any sentence a negative or a positive, I think. So a lot of people would see that sentence as a negative and think they have some sort of, depression or something like that, but they may not. They may be completely fine. They might just be so in love with that one person that the thought of losing them is so devastating that they'd want to kill themselves. They might never lose that person. They might be together forever, okay? And the thing is, if your relationship's a 10 out of 10, it would be extremely devastating to lose your partner. It would be extremely devastating. But the thing why most of the time when relationships end, it isn't devastating, is because the attraction and the rating of the relationship goes from a 10 out of 10 to a 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And then the relationship ends when it's down to a 3 or a 2 out of 10. And when it's down that low, your brain's started to get used to being independent, and it started to grieve all the way down. Yeah, as it's getting down lower, your attraction to that person is going down. So when the relationship ends, you don't kill yourself. You're a little bit sad, but you're not absolutely devastated. When a relationship's at a 10 out of 10, it just ends, that's when people are extremely devastated. And that's when they have trouble handling something that was so good to so bad so quickly. Most of the time, 99% of the time, relationships don't work like that. It slowly goes down. It slowly gets worse. So it gets good, and then it slowly gets worse and worse and worse until it ends. That's how most relationships happen. You can keep it at a 10 out of 10, but you need to know how. I hope you like my other content. If you like the other content, share it, follow it, like it, whatever platform you're watching this on. Hope you enjoyed. If you've got any specific questions on how I can help you in your specific circumstance, send me a message and I'll do my best to help in any way possible. Have a great day.